Hello guys and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we return with our Premier League predictions. After missing the last few weeks whilst I've been away, we're back today with Game Week 33, so let's jump straight into our predictions. So yes guys, apologies that there hasn't been a video for the last couple of game weeks. As some of you may know, if you watch our career mode, I've been on holiday, but we're back today and we kick off with a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, which sees Newcastle hosting Tottenham at St James's Park, where I've gone for Spurs to win by 2-1. Newcastle have loads and loads of injuries and they've been shipping loads of chances, loads of goals. Tottenham in very good form on the other hand, pushing for top four, so I expect Ange's side to pick up the 3 points. We've then got a whole host of 3 o'clock games, which are all quite sort of mediocre. Brentford against Sheffield United, I've gone for Thomas Frank's side to win by 2-1. Burnley against Brighton, I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Burnley have started to pick up a few draws in recent weeks, and Brighton's away form is pretty poor, so I've gone for a draw. Manchester City host Luton after that cracker away at the Bernabeu in midweek. I've gone for them to win by 3-0, and that is actually my joker this week, as I imagine it will be for most people. And then Game 5 sees Nottingham Forest hosting Wolves. Quite a big game down at the bottom, and I've gone for Forest to win it by 2-1. Then the late kickoff on Saturday sees Bournemouth hosting Manchester United at the Vitality, where I've gone for Bournemouth to win by 2-1. Might be a little bit of a surprise to some, but United are just such a weird team. They obviously allow so many shots on their goal. I don't know how they got that draw against Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, but I've gone for Bournemouth to win. It may be a bit of a shock, but I just think United are pretty awful. Then as we head into Sunday, some big games at the top of the league, starting with Liverpool hosting Crystal Palace. Should be a banker on paper, but after a shock defeat to Atalanta in the week, who knows what sort of Liverpool we are going to get. Is it going to be the same team that played on Thursday night, or are they going to be coming out looking for revenge? It could end up being anything this game. I've gone for Liverpool to win it by 2-1. Game 8 sees David Moyes' West Ham chasing Europe in the league once again this year, facing Fulham at the London Stadium. Obviously West Ham had that defeat in Germany during the week, but Fulham's away form is pretty poor as well. So I've gone for West Ham to win it by 2-1. I was toying with a 1-1 draw. I ended up going for West Ham to win it, but having played on Thursday, they may well run out of legs. And then we see the other title chasers, Arsenal hosting Aston Villa in quite a big game at 4:30 on Sunday. I've gone for Arsenal to win it by 2-1. I feel like they probably should have won in midweek, but were held to a draw by Bayern Munich at the Emirates. Back at home again, and Aston Villa also played in midweek, but I've gone for Arsenal to scrape it by 2-1. And then finally we have a Monday night fixture which sees my boys Chelsea hosting Everton at Stamford Bridge. More of a big game down at the bottom than anywhere else, with Chelsea looking like they're going to finish pretty mediocre in mid-table once again. Everton will be out for revenge after facing another 2-point deduction from the Premier League. Although saying that, I have gone for Chelsea to win it by 2-1, more out of hope than anything else. And as already mentioned, my joker game this week is Manchester City against Luton, where I've gone for a 3-0 victory, and I expect most people will have gone for similar. Let's head over to the predictions website. Obviously, there's been a couple of game weeks since you last saw the table, so let's see where we currently stand. So as you can see, we are still sat at the top of the table, but it is very, very tight between the top 3, with my dad having joined the race after a good couple of game weeks. There was a point where I was, I think, 7 points clear, and I had a really, really terrible fixture in 32. So that has allowed Mr. E and my dad just below me to sort of come back into the picture. And then there's a bit of a gap to the two people below. But yeah, it's very, very tight at the moment with just a couple of game weeks left to go. As you can see from the fixture, I did really, really poorly in 32, as I say, and there was an 8-point swing between myself at the bottom on 4 points and my dad at the top of the fixture with 12. So that really brought him back into play. Mr. E did pretty well, picking up 9 points as well. So for me, it was an abysmal week, and I don't really know what went so wrong. The thing about the predictions is that there's so much that can change as a goal goes in or a goal's disallowed, and I think that was the case this week. As you can see, we started off pretty well with our Manchester City Joker. Quite a lot of people picked up 2 points there. And then after that, it was just pretty poor. We had Everton-Burnley as a draw, and obviously after Burnley got the man sent off, Everton went on to win it by 1-0, which my dad had predicted. Fulham against Newcastle let me down, but that wasn't too much of a big deal. Luton against Bournemouth. Again, I had Bournemouth to win it by 2-1. It was 2-1 the other way. Another game where my dad picked up another 3 points on us. Wolves against West Ham could easily have been 1-1 or potentially 2-2 after the late Wolves goal was ruled out. So that one, again, a tight call that ended up losing us a couple of points. The Arsenal game, we got 1 point. And then on Sunday, we did pretty poorly. Sheffield United, Chelsea. If Chelsea had nicked to third, that would have been a really good prediction because I don't think anyone else had 3-2. But of course, Chelsea are shit and it finished 2-2. And then we did get the 1 point for Spurs beating Forest. But again, my dad had the correct scoreline, so picked up another 3 points there. So you can see how he sort of clawed his way back into the race at the top. And for us, well, as I say, we're still top of the way, but it is very, very tight. So this fixture is a big one. I need to pick up some 3-pointers as I didn't pick up any in the last game week. And I'm hoping that my predictions that you have just seen are going to come through for me. But that will do it for today's video, guys. Wish me luck, and I will catch you in the next episode where we will see how we got on and predict the next round of fixtures at Game Week 34. I'll catch you for that very soon, guys, and peace.